The battle up front in the SP class is going to be a feature of the Ford Motorrad 400, and if they manage a 6th win on the trot, Nissan will have done it the hard way. Talking Nissan, one of their stalwarts is Francois Jordan, national champion and co-driver for the exacting Hannes Grobler. We asked him how it all started.
In all probability, when I was 2 years old and my dad used to take me along to Roy Esketh, and Jimmy Redmond's bike ran over my foot. And I think that's where it all started. After that, my dad was a great rally enthusiast and racing follower, and we spent nights in the plantations looking at Hetema and the works in those days. And I think it just started all there.
And what about the first success? When, where, and how?
Yeah, you know, I like to tell people my very first rally I did in Swaziland in 1978. It was the Peak Rally, and I won this trophy, and that's where it all started. I think my first trophy was just about as important as the very important one later on, when in 2004, when I did the Dakar with Janil, and we came 7th. So these two trophies, I think, are equally important to me.
No problems at all. And which disciplines of the sport really grabbed the man, and why?
The forms of motorsport that I started in was rallying. I started off driving a car. I think everybody wants to be a driver. I started off driving a car, and then I had a very bad road accident. I broke my arm and I was out of it for a couple of years. And then I came back, and I lost my sponsors, of course, and I nearly lost my wife because of all the money we took on the bonds to rally. And then I really decided I want to drive fast, and I started navigating. I started navigating, and I was fortunate enough to navigate to get a drive with Roelof Vecken in 1989 in the Toyota Works team. And there the ball started rolling. After that, I spent some wonderful years with Roelof. We drove the 16-valve Toyotas in those days, which was a fantastic rally car. And after that, I rallied with my good friend Leon Botha. If you can remember the red Pizza Hut Golf, we had some wonderful accidents as well. Leon taught me to be brave. And that was really a highlight in my life. It's a good friend of mine. We had wonderful times. I've never raced on the track. I would have loved to race on the track, and I really never drove motorbikes fast on the track or anywhere else. So in 2000, Enzo Keen came to me and he asked me if I would like to navigate on the off-road series. He got a drive in a Mitsubishi. And then the off-road series started again. And after that, yeah, I said, thank you, I've got my T-shirt. This is a bit rough for me. And then the call from Lynn Hall at Nissan came, and he asked if I would like to go with Janil in the T-truck. And I said, well, I'm a bit far, and I've got the T-shirt, but I would like to drive in the truck. And they're still battling to get me out of it. It's 7 years since with Nissan at the moment, and I really enjoy that. So the 3 disciplines I've been involved in was the rally, navigating, the driving, and now sitting in the hot seat in the Nissan.
And what does it take to navigate well, and also what does it take from your steering man to listen properly?
You can navigate as well and as fast and as good as you want to. If you were the driver that can't listen properly, adapt properly, and drive the car properly, you can't win. There's no difference between top drivers. Janil, when I started out with him, was not used to getting instructions from a driver, from a navigator. I mean, he was used on a racing car, and it took some adaptation on both of our sides. So I wasn't used to a guy that didn't listen, and he wasn't used to a guy that gave him instructions. So we went on a total rally, which was a pace note event, and after that it really became a wonderful time with Janil. We adapted well to each other. Hannes is an old fox. You don't have to tell Hannes anything. If you should say to him T-junction left, he doesn't even worry what the T-junction is. He knows exactly what it is. I mean, Hannes has been in the sport for 30 years, and he had numerous navigators. So it's a real pleasure going with Hannes as well. But driving, there's no difference between top drivers. They're all very good, and it's a pleasure to be with them.
Nissan have been dominant for a lot of seasons now and are on a winning streak and are right now on a winning note. What makes them so good?
It's a wonderful team to be in. Glenn has got such a wonderful way of building cars and building teams that I'm sure anybody envies me that's not in that team. We've also got a very good relationship in the team. The guys that prepares our cars, they will work out their hearts out for us. Of course, it's very sad about Heine that passed away the other day. He was a good friend of us, and we all miss him. But there's other guys that stepped into his shoes, and it's really a good support team. What more can I say that you're in the best car and the best team? It's a wonderful position. I mean, I'm a very lucky guy.
Does a navigator get to choose who he wants to ride with?
Well, you know, a navigator is always in the position that he cannot dictate. He gets fortunate enough to be asked by a good driver to join him. And hopefully Hannes makes up his mind to take me again with him next year. I'm sure Hannes won't retire for the next couple of years. And then Mark Corbett has asked me to go on Dakar with him this coming year in 2008. It's also a wonderful opportunity, and I'm very fortunate that I can step in there. Glenn and his team is going to do the backup, so all the friends will be together in the desert.
Francois Jordan is certainly one of a kind.
Vehicle and asset finance from ABSA, going off the beaten track.